everybody, and welcome back to Dynasty Gaming, and welcome to the Arizona Cardinals franchise. Here we have the Year 1 off-season, as we'll kick it off with some playoff results, as you can see here, as the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens, who destroyed the New England Patriots in the divisional round, faced off in the AFC Championship. And the Seahawks and the Panthers faced off in the NFC Championship. Of course, the Cardinals, arch division rivals. As here is the Super Bowl. It was the Seattle Seahawks picking up the win over the Baltimore Ravens in Super Bowl 50. And it was also the first ever overtime Super Bowl in Super Bowl history. Here, as you see the stat line for this game. Of course, Joe Flacco had a very nice game, as Russell Wilson, 438 yards on 3 touchdowns and only 1 interception. Marshawn Lynch had a great game, 105 yards and 2 touchdown runs. Forsett with 70 yards for Seattle. As really all around, Seattle's going to be a very tough team to beat next year. As here we go, we will get right into the Arizona Cardinals offseason, as here's a list of all of our free agents that are going to be free agents this year, as we end up right out of the gate franchise tagging Jimmy Gresham. So he will be with us for 1 year more. We don't really want to risk him denying a contract and testing free agency. We'll just use our tag on him. Chris Clemens will be offered a contract, and most of these guys who we offered a contract, as you'll see in this little montage right here, we did end up re-signing. We did not even attempt to re-sign Drew Stanton because of his poor play as the backup in the second half of the season, backing up Carson Palmer, who was injured, but he will also be our starting quarterback this year unless something drastically changes during the offseason, but we'll have to see. As here is a media question coming out from Larry Ridley, as you could feel free to fast back and pause it and read through that. As here is a list of all the top free agents coming out of this year. Notable ones: Matt Forte, Steven Gostkowski, the kicker for the New England Patriots, and Vernon Davis, the tight end for the San Francisco 49ers, Garrett Blunt, the former 49er, Patriot and Steeler, Chris Anderson, Eric Berry, and just some good names all around. Greg Hardy, the right end. So really big names. A lot of big names this year. Mike Tolbert, Matt Potter, my bad. So yeah, there's some big names coming out of free agency this year that some teams will have to pick up. And the Cardinals are really complete. All they're really worried about this year is kind of giving depth to their team, as here we're signing Tyler Patman out of free agency to get some depth at that corner position. So here we go with the draft. After we signed Patman, he was our only free agent signing this year. As here we go with the draft, as a defensive tackle is taken first overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars, and now the Chicago Bears about to take their pick. And it will be a left tackle, so no offensive players so far. And another corner, so another defensive player. So 3 defensive players in the first 3 picks of the 2016 NFL Draft. And there is the first quarterback taken, Jordan, taken off the board right there by the Houston Texans, who are in desperate need of a decent quarterback. So he might be a week 1 starter. But really, we're only seeing some defensive players, as here comes our division rival San Francisco 49ers on the clock right now. We'll have to see who they take. And it is a corner, Patrick, right there. So, and then kind of skip ahead right here. Still some a lot of defensive players being taken here this year in the first round, and here comes our first pick. So here's a list of some of the players that we've kind of watched throughout the season as we scouted them and all that good stuff, as we end up taking that guy that you just saw up on the screen. I really cannot pronounce his name. I'll have to look him up in a while. We'll have to see. But in our second pick overall, we end up taking Michael Hunt, a quarterback, who ends up turning out to be an 82 overall. There you see in the upper right-hand corner, 82 overall. And in the third round, we take right guard Christian Stark, who ends up being a 72 overall. So really some big steals here from Arizona this year, as here is a recap of the draft. I simulated the rest of the draft, as we ended up only taking three offensive players, well, half and half, really three offensive players. But Michael Hunt, the quarterback, ended up being the steal out of San Diego State. So he was projected to go third round. We ended up taking him in the second and ended up getting a nice 81 overall quarterback. As here in the upper left-hand corner, you see our schedule for the year, as the first 8 weeks will be some of the biggest challenges we will face all year. As of course, Green Bay, Carolina, Buffalo, New England, Seattle, of course every year, and San Francisco. But the first 10 weeks are hard, and then the last 7 weeks are a really easy schedule for us. We have a week 8 bye this year, as so just a really easy, really on and off schedule this year, very inconsistent. The first half of the year will be pretty easy, and then the second half will be hard, as here we go with some practice. That'll do it for this episode. Preseason is coming up next. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button. We'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Listen to music on your way out. We will be facing off against the Baltimore Ravens in the preseason. The preseason episode will be only one episode of all 4 preseason weeks. So on that note, we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Go through a couple of touchdown passes. They'll start it on the ground to David Johnson, their workhorse, who breaks a tackle, and he's gonna still power his way up to the back to the goal, up to the line of scrimmage. As here's a look at the Cardinals offensive squad here for Arizona. Of course, Larry Fitzgerald, their wide receiving core, has been absolutely phenomenal this year, as we will see if they can continue on. David Johnson in the backfield